Here we are back with another how-to today, and today's how-to is going to be in relationship to the cooker ring. How to clear the cooker ring with our new hero, Private Bullet. I don't remember if he's a private, but Bullet. Now he just hit less than about 48 hours ago, a couple of days ago, and we were discussing in the home task force what we could do with him, what hits we could use him for, and how to take advantage of him. And one thing TB, the leader of the task force, come up with is like maybe we could use him for the cooker ring to make it a more high percentage hit, because right now the cooker ring is a nightmare for a lot of people, especially some lower level task forces. Well, for a lot of people, even for me. Prior to this update, I've done very few successful cooker ring clears. Let's put it that way. And my first day of trying it with Bullet and Ops, I do a successful cooker ring clear. So I think this is going to be a really good use for Bullet, and we're gonna go through the strategy and what we come up with. And as you can see, this cooker, it's a 256 cooker on deep cut. So it's a decent cooker. The rockets all have, about 100k health, and are doing a relatively decent amount of damage. And you can see on this cooker, typically up here you don't have rockets, and you have all of these rockets that are in range of the ring. So you have on this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rockets. 9 rockets that are in range of the ring, which would make it almost impossible to do the regular all Zuka with brick cooker ring clear. I don't think you could do it in one hit. So while we were practicing in the base builder, somebody has a base builder set up for the cooker ring. Let me get the drawing up here, and we'll show flare points. And one good thing that I like, because my landings can be kind of shady, is you don't have to maintain the rocket delay. You don't have to maintain the rocket delay to pull this off with Bullet using his taunt. Because when you use the taunt with Bullet, everything in range of his taunt will fire at him. And let's go here so we can see the whole map. Okay, here's the whole map. And now what we're going to do is what we talked about, TB and I, last night when we were fooling with the base builder. What we found is, let me get the right colors. We're gonna do a landing down here, and our first flare point up is going to be in between these two shield generators. And you flare directly from the beach up to here, and you're going to get a little bit of separation from your Zukas to Bullet. And when Bullet gets to this point, you want to shock him in position. And when we're smoking up, let me get a different color for smokes here. We'll use a yellow maybe. So when we're smoking up, when we get these 3 smokes, or however many smokes it takes you to get to this point, these last smokes, 1, 2, 3, we throw it at exactly the same time in this order. 1, 2, 3. You want to throw them kind of as rapidly as you can, and then you're gonna change color. Once Bullet reaches this position, we're going to shock him right here, and then I flare over here in between this shield generator and this rocket. And your Zukas will go over here and stand in that position. So when you get over here, the smokes are going to be near expiring. So what you need to do to keep this separation from your Zukas over here and Bullet over here, because you don't want Bullet following this flare, is we're going to throw a flare on this middle shield generator. So all your Zookas will, from over here, will target it, and Bullet from right here will target it. And whenever you destroy it, the flare, of course, becomes void, and nobody's following a flare. Then with the taunt feature activated, all of these rockets will have their fire concentrated on Bullet and not your girls, and your girls will just be slowly eating away over here at the rockets. And now Bullet's taunt feature is so cheap that you can just continually do it over and over and over. And on this one, I'll also, what you wouldn't have to do on a standard cooker ring is shock these rockets up here. And the reason that I say that we should do that is this is my 4th or 5th try at this today. They were all failures before progressing a little each time, of course. But another cooker that I come across had a rocket up here, and as your girls start spreading out through here, walking to the right, destroying rockets, these rockets are just outside of the taunt range of Bullet, so they will actually target your girls rather than targeting Bullet. So if you get the standard cooker ring without these rockets, without these rockets, it's no shocks. You can do it with no shocks. You just keep hitting the taunt feature. Now, a little disclosure: my hero right now, my Bullet is maxed level 8. Level 8, and also my taunt feature. Let's go look at it. My taunt feature is also max, so it doesn't take much damage. When you have the taunt feature activated, Bullet only damage per hit. So each no matter if it's a boom cannon that's doing 50,000 damage per shot, he's only gonna take 100 from that hit. So it's really important to keep that taunt feature activated, because if you wait in between like a second, you delay, you don't hit the second taunt or the third taunt, and you allow him to take some hits without the taunt activated, he's going to die instantly. So it's better to activate it early rather than let it lapse, because if you let it lapse even for just for a split second, your attack's probably over. Okay, so I think that about covers the plan. Let's watch it in real time. So here I just get rid of that boom mine. If it was a regular mine, I wouldn't screw with it. And I want to stop this right here. TB brought this to my attention, that I think it's important. Well, we know it's important now. To do a flag landing here, such as I did, rather than use a flare landing like I like to use and many people like to use, because whenever you're flaring up, the next flare that we're going to do up, when you're landing on the beach, you don't seem to get the separation in between Bullet and the Zookas that you need to be able to shock him in position. Because I failed several times earlier in the day whenever I was doing a flare landing or a delayed. Tried several different types of landings, and I always failed. And this helped me. TB pointed out whenever he was looking at my other videos that I showed him where we failed or where I failed, that I need to be doing this flag landing. It allows you to get that separation. Why don't I have? There we go. Flare up. Then 1, 2, 3. Quickly shock the hero. Flare over, and you see I accidentally flared a rocket. Had to reflare, and you'll also see here I flared girls. Flare the metal shield generator. And now you just count in your head, and about every 6 seconds, 6.5, 7 seconds, I'll hit the taunt again, because it only lasts for 8. But since there's no timer, and there's a lot of things going on, I want to make sure that I don't miss it. So we'll speed it up. Yeah, no, we'll watch it in real time. And now, after the last rocket falls, I quit taunting and go down and start clearing the rest of the base. We'll do ×4. Get rid of the unimportant cannons and clear a few things just to get a GBE, and I'll clear mines and blah 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 blah. But we're not going to watch the rest of it, but that's how we're going to try to start clearing the cooker ring. And thanks for watching.